Hello again, dear friends. I'm reporting in with another episode of I Played a Thing, Demon Souls. Last time we took care of some preliminaries, including the tutorial and some basic familiarization with the Nexus, and today we're gonna launch into one of the actual levels, the only one we can access over here in Boletaria Palace. I was helpfully informed by a few people that it is possible to play the Asia version on the private server. However, I'm going to pass on that just because playing offline it's easier to manipulate world tendency for such things as I can do with it. When you're playing online, your world tendency I think gradually moves toward the average on the server, and also there are events that can change it depending on what the server administrator wants to do. So I'm going to stick with offline. There really aren't all that many people on the private server most of the time anyway, so we'll only miss out on the occasional, very occasional co-op or invasion in the messages. And for getting the world tendency stuff done as much as I can, I think it's a worthy trade-off. Alright then, without further ado, let us try our first proper level at the Archstone of the Small King. That dragon must have been hungry. He had, like, the combo platter of corpses there. Oh, something else that I should mention that you may or may not have noticed. There's no way to level up or buy spells before you finish doing this stage, so you pretty much have to do it with whatever you come in using. Although you could always buy some weapons or get things repaired by Boldwin. Yep, our options are relatively limited at this point. We just have to go for it. Our first victim. And our second victim, who I promptly got whacked by. These are just some draglings, same as we encountered a few of in the tutorial. Weakest enemies, but as with any Souls game, even the weakest enemies can ruin your shit if you underestimate them. Early enemies such as the draglings are usually pretty good about dropping entry-level grass, so we shouldn't really have to worry too much about healing items. This gate here, we don't get a prompt or anything to interact with it. That is because it is... Whoa, hello there. That's because it is a world tendency area. We will have to get world tendency to pure white or pure black, and then we can find out what is behind that door. An unknown soldier's soul. That is a consumable soul item. Works just like in the other Souls games. Or Cold Blood and Bloodborne. I see you back there. Didn't see your friend, though. Oh. Playing a little awkwardly here. And I should remind folks that because I am currently in soul form, which is sort of like the hollowed form equivalent, I only have half my max HP. That makes things even hairier. Before too terribly long, though, we should... Oh, I forgot about the frenzy. And what was I saying? Oh, yes. In the pretty near future, we should be getting an accessory that lets us keep a little more of our max HP when we're in soul form. And that is a ring that's going to stay on me pretty much the entire game, because I will be spending most of my time in soul form for world tendency manipulation purposes. Also, since dying in body form causes the world tendency to shift toward black, and thus makes the game harder, staying in... oh, I don't know what happened there. Staying in soul form is a way to keep the game from getting even nastier on you. As I mentioned, Demon Souls, in my humble opinion of course, but I think a fairly well-informed opinion, is the hardest in the game. I think I know why I might be a bit fumbly with respect to getting my sea legs back on the controls. I have been playing a lot of Bloodborne over the last few days, and the timing and control scheme are just different enough to make me a little extra awkward here. I'm just gonna bait the Dreglings out here so I don't have to worry about the, whatchamacallit. Don't have to worry about the crossbowing. That wasn't a hard word. I don't know why I couldn't remember it. Just a moment. Need to attend to a thing. Okay, life managed. Now we should be able to take care of the crossbowman here. We can just get a good angle on him. Those stairs ought to do it. If I recall correctly, crossbowmen in this do not carry a backup melee weapon, so all they can really do is run away from you and try to get into shooting range again. Ah, this pit right here is where I suffered my very first Souls death, not counting the tutorial boss. I thought to myself, what's down there? Oh, and I can see something to fall onto. I'd better check it out. All of these swirling souls here, there is a reason for those. We'll find out later. Oh, that was bad. Definitely gotta get my proper Souls sea legs back. I definitely think I'm having a little bit of Bloodborne brain filtering. Something I should note about the dark areas in Demon Souls, there is nothing like a torch or anything equivalent. In the dark areas, all you can do is rely on your Augite of Guidance. Ah, firebombs. As with most Soulsian things, relative to Demon Souls, it works the same as we're used to. Speaking of firebombs... here's another thing Souls folks will be well used to. A fog gate. Nothing too different about those either. That gentleman at the top of the stairs there looks a little threatening. And that would be why. He doesn't have a huge amount of throw range, but he'll keep you on your toes a little bit. Also, something that Souls folks will be familiar with, checking behind you and checking all around an area before moving on. Very good idea, because shinies are often pretty well concealed by the terrain. Ah, Mailbreaker, another classic, appearing here for the first time. An extremely small rapier. It can pierce even hard armors. Rapier weapons have a narrow range of attack but deal heavy damage. They are effective against metal armor, etc., but it's hard to overpower shield holders and are easily parried. So that's almost like a smaller version of our current pointy poker. I can't remember if the mail breaker can poke from behind shields or not. The rapier I'm using certainly can. Like so. Speaking of pointy pokers, my weapon style of choice in Demon's Souls tend to be spears. Damage isn't great and they can't do much in the way of crowd control, but I like having range. And being as Demon's Souls is very nasty, I like being able to poke from behind my shield as necessary. It may be a little while depending on random drops before I get a respectable spear though. Oh, hi there. Where are you throwing from? Oh, top of the stairs? Okay. Oh no, there's someone actually above me there. Where are you at, dude? Oh, I think he's on the platform right above my head. Yeah, I can see his shadow. I have played through this game fairly recently, as a trial run, but... Oh shit. Yeah, fall damage is not super mean in this game, but it is a thing. That was very awkward of me. I was hoping to not die at all in the first area, but so much for that. As I think I was saying before I got interrupted there, it'll probably be a little while before I get a decent spear, depending on random drops, which are one way of getting them fairly early on. I will just make do until then. Use whatever seems promising. Also, I won't stick to spears entirely throughout the game. I'll do a little experimenting just to introduce a little more variety to this LP. Oh, shit. Man, am I being careless. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. I was saying that although I did play through this game fairly recently, it still tends to surprise me from time to time because my memory is not so reliable that from one playthrough to the next I recall where everything is. Also, of course, I will get lost. I wouldn't say the levels in Demon's Souls are any more complex than other Souls games, especially because they have a separate level hub and spoke system centered around the Nexus, so you don't really have to worry about how worlds or regions interconnect. But it does have these sort of twisty and vertically not oriented, vertically involved levels are. So yeah. Forgive me, folks, I seem to be a little extra inarticulate today for some reason. Not that I'm ever the, Dregling, what are you doing? Alright, well, at least your friend's gonna come out and play. Not that I am ever the picture of lucid commentary. I just seem to be a little more wobbly even than usual today. I could not tell you why. Where'd that other Dregling go? Oh, he might have fallen down the pit. Ah! My goodness, I'm making a hash of today. Yeah, well, we'll have good ones and bad ones. And as you might have guessed by the fact that I didn't jump down and whack that guy on the way, plunging attacks were not a thing yet. They were not introduced until Dark Souls. We'll top up just to be on the safe side. Hello, friend. Another thing that Demon Souls taught us, those of us who played before the Dark Souls, is it's an excellent idea to check your corners at all times. I remember specifically the first event that taught me to check my corners, which I will mention when I get to it. Oh, that was narrow. Ah, these are both firebomb guys. That is not the case for every human opponent. Some have them, some don't. Nice that even with my starting stamina, I can get a full 5 hits out before I run it all down. Okay, this is where things started to go wrong before. Go ahead and make your throw, my friend. And then we will rush up on you. Alright, let's not fall to our death fighting Dreglings today. Or this guy, for that matter. Point blank firebomb? I think you should have got hurt for that. That was close. Ah, yes, there's a guy above me. Gotta remember him. Oh, hey, there's my soul pile. Yoink. I gotta figure out what to do about the guy above me. And try to avoid falling again. At least that one didn't kill me. It didn't look like at the top of the stairs I had a way to immediately turn around and get that guy. Actually, maybe there is. I'll give myself a moment to take a better look around. Yeah, he's got a pretty safe platform up there. Oh well, looking around made me realize it would be a good idea to get the other enemies up there taken care of before I worry about him. Ah, turpentine. That is our basic infuse your weapon with fire equipment. Natural resin seeped from a pine tree. Apply on the right-hand weapon to cover it in fire. There was another dude right here. Oh, shit. More Dregling. I am careless today. I don't know what's the matter with me. I believe we are protected from firebombs for the moment standing here. I can size up the situation, as they say in Oregon Trail. A caged shiny. What shall we do about that? There are stairs there, but we can't reach them. Something we'll have to manage later, I think. Let me just sanity check myself on that. Yep. Oh boy. I am really underestimating enemy range today. I don't know why I'm playing so badly. Hopefully it soon shall pass. Just having an off day, I suppose. But the show must go on. Yeah, I see you there. Come on out. I said come on out. Fine, I'll just bang on you while you stand there. If that's how it's gonna be. A little bit of higher quality grass, no bad thing that. Ah. Demon Souls here is also prompting you to learn to check your possible trap avenues. I see your big orb there. I'm ready for you. Come on now. Attaboy. He's not going to pursue, so I can take advantage of that ball and grab my caged shiny. A bastard sword. Naturally, we're going to want to take a look at that. I just have to make a little loop around the platform here. We do not have enough strength to wield it. But we can see that it is a large-sized sword, similar to a straight sword, but because of its large size, needs to use it by both hands. Also, its continuous lengthwise attacks rapidly deplete the victim's stamina, making it easy to destroy shielded enemies. Needs to use it by both hands and lengthwise attacks. Couple of signs that the Asia version is not quite as well translated as the Atlas version that was released in the States and other such areas. Oh! Hello, crossbow. We're gonna take a little cover from you. And I will not suffer crossbowmen to live. Is there another one back there? I'm not certain. In any case, before I worry about much of anything else at all, crossbowmen are going to be our priority. Although it looks like I will have to take care of this guy behind the convenient bit of cover here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I am terrible. Spear guys can be kind of a headache. They like to turtle up. Sometimes you just have to wait for an opening when they're not shielding. Such openings sometimes being few and far between. That's one less crossbow to worry about. And a generous 3 grasses from him. Okay, we've got one way to go in there, but I'm going to check the other direction first. I see some glowing blue eyes there. No crossbowmen yet. Yeah, I'm thinking I was getting hit from the other direction and thought there was one over in this direction. I think. Hello there. These blue-eyed knights are first sort of, what you might call a mid-range mob. Clearly stronger than the regular human enemies, as you no doubt noticed by that damage. and they have a slightly better range of combos. And as you just noticed, I'm sure, he was getting ready to eat a grass. That's another option these guys have that your basic enemies don't. Okay, fog gate. Once again, I will investigate that after a more thorough canvassing of the surroundings. Nothing hiding in the dark just yet. Hey, more firebombs. We can always use those. What's down this way? Oh, I think this might be a shortcut. We shall see. And you do need to be wary of these torch-wielding dreglings, because if memory serves, those are exploding barrels, which they can set off. Yep. The red band indicates they will blow up if exposed to a fire source. Not just as is the case in other games in the series. You can just roll through them or whack them with a non-flaming item, and that will ably defuse them. And I am really misjudging the shit out of these attacks today. Oh god. There's no way I should be even coming close to dying in a lot of these places. Again, I do beg your pardon. I am clearly having an off day. I think we might be able to drop something by breaking this chain. That does in fact seem to be the case. It's something right down by the main entrance, so that should be easy enough to find later. Ah, right, I was going down. I think there might be a shortcut down here. We'll find out in just a bit. It attracted the attention of one dregling there, but it doesn't seem like he will be able to get past his friend, so we'll probably have to trigger at least those two. I'm gonna play it safe here since I've been playing so badly against these guys. Make sure I'm topped up. Whew. That fire does hurt a bit. Cannot understand why I'm getting beat up by dreglings. Maybe the Bloodborne really fucked with me. Even more than I initially suspected it might. And little by little, one at a time. Yes, indeed, shortcut. Although given how tall this stairway is, somewhat debatable how short it actually is. But there is a treasure there. That's always welcome. Ah, the Cling Ring. That is the ring that I mentioned that we're going to be wearing for the vast majority of the game. Lose less HP as Soul Body. A mysterious ring forged in the shape of an eye. Character loses less HP after becoming a soul. And you will now see that our half-max health is more like 75%, give or take, which will be a big help, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. Where exactly does this put us out? It looks to be toward the main gate. Okay. And I believe this is from one of the bodies that we just knocked down. The old Raggedy set and some Old Spice. An old perfume with a pungently sweet smell restores a large amount of the user's NP. Although made by mixing various fermented ingredients from the origin of those who make this, and the strength of the pungent smell, it was also a prohibited item depending on the time and place. Old Spice is the upper tier of our NP regeneration items, or restoration items, I should say. There is also a Fresh Spice, which is not as good. A jade hair ornament. Interesting. Wonder what that could be. A simple jade hair ornament. It probably belongs to a poor little girl. Not really clear the gender of these persons here. Makes me wonder if it was a little girl strung up there, which is pretty fucked up if so. Now, the value of this as a shortcut in redoing the level seems fairly limited because, as I mentioned, it's a very long stairway and pretty well infested with torch-wielding dreglings. However, it did give us an opportunity to pick up those items from near the front... Nope, watch my buttons there. From near the front gate. And it got us the Cling Ring, which is an excellent, excellent thing indeed. I should probably take a look at that raggedy set. Female only. That is one thing that is rather different about Demon's Souls from future games in the series. There are gender-locked bits of equipment. No such weapons, just armor and things of that nature, but yeah. Something established in Demon's Souls that didn't make it for the rest of the series. With tears and horrible open seams, there are many unpleasant insects wriggling within it. Honestly, you wouldn't want to be caught dead in these clothes. That sounds completely awful. Actually gives us a little bit better magic defense and blunt defense. Oh, and much better plague resistance, I see. But I don't think any of that is going to make it worth my while to put on clothes full of bugs. So we'll stick with our current gear for the moment. Also, I'm going to have a drink. Ah, there we go. So that is everything of relevance down at this end. But I am glad I went this way first. I'm just going to check out the other end real quick-like before we do the fog gate. I think I remember what's over here, but we'll find out in a moment. Ah, yes, that's what I thought. We've got a red-eye knight down there. They are much, much nastier than the blue-eyed variety. This is probably not a good thing to try at this point in the game. And if I were online, there would probably be a ton of messages here, like strong foe ahead and be wary of such and such. The Royal actually has the best chance of the starting classes to take this on, because Soul Arrow is extremely helpful against this guy. And if you're feeling adventurous, that is a decent way to build up a good supply of souls, because the Red Eye Knights are worth a decent amount. Do I feel that adventurous? Ah, what the hell, life is short. We'll get out our magic. Holy balls! Yeah, what I said about these guys being better than the Blue Eyes, it's certainly true of their damage. Oh, He got his shield down there, but didn't realize it fast enough to capitalize. One more ought to do it. Ooh. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! I probably deserved that. Okay, folks. Give me 2 shakes and I will return after I've gotten back to that point. Red Eye's got my dander up and I really want to take him down. Okay, so the good news is I'm back here. The bad news is I suffered a stupid death along the way, so my soul pile that was here is now gone. The other bad news is I've been going through grass at a ridiculous rate. I actually used all of my green ones. I don't like to be using half-moon grass here, and the game has been unusually stingy about giving me more. Usually I'd have a decent number of grass pickups at this point, but they have been very few and far between. The wise thing to do would probably be to let this one go. But I am stubborn sometimes. There we go. Those shield breaks can help a lot. Okay, we're already doing better. There we go. 2,070 souls. Very nice. And some high-quality grass, too. It also gives us an opportunity to find out whatever the shiny over here is. Ah, a soul item. Not exciting, but always welcome. I can't do anything with this gate just yet. Now that I have completed my stupid, prideful attempt at taking down the Red Knight, gone through a stupid amount of grass, we can finally move on to this fog gate. Now, who is that? His shield and his gold-colored armor are a little different from what we've usually been seeing in the enemies here. Let me take care of this guy lying in wait here. Ah, our good friend the firebomb and explosive barrel trap. Gonna get this guy out of the way, and then sometimes you can... Whoa. That was a rather close range to throw up. Ah! Damn it. Oh, no wonder I've still got my catalyst equipped. What is wrong with me today? Oh, well, at least there was some grass in it for me. I need to re-equip that. I don't think there's any poison to be dealt with in a good while. So we can put the grass in that spot. And I will immediately take some to make up for that completely idiotic running right into a firebomb I did. I do beg your pardon, folks. Problem with games like this is there's all the auto-saving, so it's hard to go back and do retakes if I completely make a mess of things, like I'm doing today. Anywho, sometimes you can climb over low walls in this game. There's really not any strong indication of where it is and isn't possible. So you just kind of have to try and hope for the best. Ah, it's someone we can talk to.
That was a bold jump. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
And you got a bigger sword and better armor than I have. Why don't you do it?
That was a bold jump. Well.
The Thief's Ring is a very nice ring. We will probably be making some use of that in the future. What it does is makes you harder to detect, which, in practical purposes, means that enemies will have a smaller aggro radius. You can probably see where the value of that would be. Now, I don't want to jump down directly into this meat grinder. I think I'll try out one of those firebombs. See if I can get a good few of them. They're kind of clustered together over here. Come on, come over here, join your buddies. very effective indeed. Alright, where'd you go, guys? Oh, you're right there, right under the ledge. I don't think I can firebomb you at an angle like that. He's going back to his usual patrol location, but only just a bit. Oh! Once again, I am careless with my buttons. But even though there are 3 of them, they are still Dreglings. And especially if I play a little better than I've been doing, which thankfully I did, we can manage.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Hi, Ostrava. Nice to meet you. And hooray, our far viewing item, as are common in this series. We'll play around with that in a bit. Oh! Hi there. I'm not really taking my own advice about watching my corners here. As you can see, Ostrava is a part of the world, so to speak, and he will get into fights, and sometimes open up backstabs for you. It is possible for Ostrava to get himself killed, which is not good because he has a role in the story. Not a vital one, but he does give us the ability to do some things that we would like to do. So hopefully he won't get himself in too much trouble. Usually it doesn't happen. At least on this stage. There's one point later at which he can get killed very, very easily. So we will cross that bridge when we come to it, and hope that is not the case. Nothing in here. I hear shooting. Who's shooting? Is that you at the end there? I can't tell. Alright, I see a fella at the end of the hall there. Does he have any friends? Oh, Ostrava's up to something. Alright, looks like we're safe to take this guy on. One rather generous thing about Ostrava, you just saw that I gained some souls there for no apparent reason. The souls of enemies he kills do go to you. Not a great deal for Ostrava, but he's an NPC. What is he going to do with them? Oh! Easy there, game. You can do it. I really have mixed feelings about the grass healing system compared to the Estus one. On the one hand, it means you're not limited to a certain amount of healing items. You can use as many grass as you can carry. On the other hand, they don't automatically renew. If you're having better luck than I am this run, you can renew them with enemy drops, and you can always buy them, but you never get more for absolute free, the way you're guaranteed to at a bonfire. Oh! Hello up there! Got any ground level compatriots? Oh, there's someone over there. At any rate, he can't get a shot off at us when he's stuck up there on the platform. We can deal with this single Dregling easy enough. Thank you for making me a liar again, game. Oh well, Well, at least I get my grass back. I want this Joker out of the way. Did I see a number pop up over there? Maybe it's Ostrava up to some further business. Okay, Blue Knight and a fog gate up there, so I reckon that is progress. We are going to... Hey, who's shooting now? Oh, there's someone up higher there. And something just died again for reasons I don't know. I'm truly not... Oh, wow. I got crossbow spots all over the place here. Let's just get out of this immediate danger zone. Oh! Our blue-eyed friend has come out to play. Ooh. Damn it. Ah, I missed my backstab too. I'm so bad today. He's probably going to try and heal, and will succeed in doing so because I'm spectacularly inept today. Missing my roll timing, missing my counters, getting my distances wrong. So Bloodborne is to blame for some of this, but a good chunk of it is also just me playing really badly. Again, I do apologize for that. This is the kind of situation at which I would do a retake, but autosave makes that a dicey proposition. Nothing down here that I want. Doesn't look that way. Hoping I get an angle on Mr. Crossbow soon, so I'm really sick of him. Oh, hello up there. That's where you are. He seems to be the primary threat right now, so maybe I'll explore the other direction after I deal with him. We're just gonna go for the fog gate first. Oh! That's not how. Oh god, am I gonna die? No. Good. Means I'll have to use more grass again. But whatever. This is way too early to be going through my half-moon stash. Alright, well now that he's not shooting, I can actually try and explore that other section that I couldn't before. No, wait, it was up from here, right? No one shooting from this way? Or is that a crossbowman? Whoa, hi! I don't even know where you guys came from. I swear I've been through this game 3 times, one of them pretty recent. Thank you. Maybe they dropped from the platform up there. I truly did not see, and I don't remember. You look like you got a crossbow. Oh, no, no you don't. There's really... Can we creep up on Friendo here? I see another weapon sticking around the corner, but hopefully... Oh no, that's his weapon. Just a little trick of the graphics. A little trick of my eyes, this is probably more the case. Why did I walk into that? if I head through this way, we will have a merchant. Yeah, there he is.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling ye? Be a brave knight or depraved slave, the demons will snatch your soul and you'll go mad. And those who dare cling to their humanity are hunted down. It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle.
The man's got some perspective. Also, he is a dregling, so they're not all crazy.
There's this skinny fella, clad in fabulous armor, who's always mumbling about some mission. He's another one who's managed to stay sane like yourself. Probably some pampered son by the looks of his attire. I'd give an arm just for the buttons off his shirt.
That would be our new buddy Ostrava.
It is the end of... But hell, at least...
Okay, that looks like he's got all his conversation items covered. Let's see what he's got for sale. Crescent Moon grasses, that's certainly a good thing. Fire bombs and... Oh, Soldier's Lotus heals users bleeding. Bleed in this does not work like it does in Dark Souls. It is a damage over time, just like poison. In Boletarian war ceremonies, it was passed to the soldiers going into battle with a semi-symbolic meaning. Should I pick up a few crescents? Nah, we'll make do for now. I'll buy one just to make him happy.
Thanks for that. Come back soon.
Merchants in this, I do believe, have different responses whenever you do or don't buy something.
Hello.
As is true
what
of
can
the
I
other
do for you?
games.
Go ahead, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
He's pretty decent about it. Okay, that's the direction we came from. We could probably hop over this wall, but it doesn't appear there is any good reason to. There would no doubt be fall damage involved. I've gotten myself a little bit disoriented. One moment, please. Is there anything else I can do here after the dregling merchant? Oh, okay. Alright. I get it. Heard some clankities there, not sure where they come from. Now this should be progress. Big iron balls. Some suspicious placements of same. I think we are going to proceed with a little extra caution here. There they go. Oh. What hit me? Was that a bolt? Never mind, the important thing is, we got the balls to do a lot of our work for us. Very nice replenishment of grasses, too. I'm very pleased to finally be seeing those, because as I mentioned, the game is not being too cooperative about them for the most part. Oops. I was hoping to get a better view of that dragon, but the wall's in the way. Anywho, one difference between this telescope and some of the other Souls optics items is that you cannot move around at all while you're using it. You are rooted in place. Definitely. One thing I've noticed is I'm definitely being a little too greedy about getting R2 attacks in. I should definitely go for more faster ones. Faster and safer ones. God, yeah, I swear, I'm usually better than this. I'll never say I'm great at Demon Souls, or any Souls game for that matter, but usually I exhibit a bit more of a basic competence. Looks like this will take us up to the Dragon Roost. Going up there seems like a really bad idea. I mean, they're dragons, and you see all the charred corpses up there. So I think we will come back another time. It's a pity we have to come back at another time, because there's something up there I could really, really use. But it will have to wait. There were definitely crossbow bolts coming from back there. But we should be able to take some refuge behind the walls to the left and right. Can they shoot over those? No, they cannot. So we will try and bait out the melee guys and take out the crossbow guy when we have a chance. Crossbow guys, plural. Very plural. Or that could happen. That is absolutely a thing that could happen. Okay, Dragon, are you done? No, you're gonna come around again. Okay, looks like his stopping moment is just slightly down the upper set of stairs. And he's just gonna keep making runs, so we're just gonna have to make a break for it. Am I wrong about him continually taking runs? I can't remember. I know there are places where that will happen. But is this... Yeah, this is one of them. And standing on the lower landing... we'll get his attention. Okay. could just make a total break for the other side of the bridge. I don't think I'm ready to do that quite yet. I'd like to thin out the ranks a little bit first. I do often like to use that shield poke, and here I am getting a little taste of my own medicine. Okay, we got crossbows here and a swordsman. I'm just gonna haul ass so we can... Hey! Shouldn't be able to get the shot off at that range. Enough with the projectiles, folks. I've had quite enough of them. Okay, looks like the area where these crossbowmen are, is safe. We will not get dragon nuked. Okay, lock on. Please stop favoring the dragon. Door? No, it does not appear to be. Clever, eh? The good news is we have opened the main gate. The bad news is something threw a fuck-off big spear from behind it. That cannot bode well for our health. I'm onto you. I wasn't onto your friend, though. He caught me napping. How am I getting hit by some of this shit? It's frankly starting to piss me off, and I can only imagine how much you folks are yelling at the screen right now. I never have anything to complain about when it comes to free buff items. I'll take as many of them as the game cares to portion out. I see you. That keeps happening. Need to get him to attack reliably. Then go for my guy. Which may even work occasionally. Okay, that leaves me facing only one for the immediate. That's an improvement, at least. Being too aggressive does not work well with these. You can see, even in the very beginning of the game here, how minor the healing is from the Crescent Moon Grass. Even on an entry-level character, it doesn't really heal much of your overall HP, even when you're in soul form. But because it is by far the most plentiful grass, as I think I mentioned last episode, it makes a good way to heal up between combats, when you can take your time and munch as many as you have to. What is this game's thing with making the towers full of fire-wielding dreglings? Hello, what's this? Some sort of slime thing to throw shields, which I am completely failing my timing at avoiding. I don't know if these have an official name, but I think I've heard them being called phalangeals. And that big shield in front of them is not for show. Take them at the side or the back. And I'll be exploring that side path there in just a... Unsurprisingly, they can poke with their spears as well as throw them. Which normally, as usual, I'd be a little better at handling. Anything of value up here? Something. Fairly heavy on the soul items is this first area. Okay, no. That would be where that first dregling launched himself off the edge. And here we have an actually useful shortcut. Right back to the main gate. Which, now that it is open, is giving us a big old fog gate. And combined with the spear that got launched from behind it, I bet you can see what's coming. Want to make very sure I didn't miss any landings here. Nope, there's just the one. Okay. Alright, let us make sure we've got our equipment in order here. The throwing knives I don't believe we need at the moment. Firebombs are good, turpentine is good. We've got our heftier grass. I think we should be okay. And here we have phalanx. It is a big blobby thing, covered in phalangeals. Now, the interesting thing is the actual boss has no attacks. It cannot do anything to harm you. But it has plenty of minions. I'm gonna take out some of the stragglers first, and then I'll worry about the ones attached to phalanx. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, I didn't actually intend to do that, but magic is quite potent against them. I actually did not know that. Now, I could try and hit the phalanx directly through some of the gaps that these phalangeals have created. Oh, your spear sticks out a while and it still hurts you when it does. Anywho, the reason I wanted to have my firebombs handy is that they work very well against phalangeals, even from the front. good targeting is always helpful as well. Also, not getting pincushioned. I don't know if there's any specific prompt for it, but phalangeals do regularly split off from the mass. And I am not at all worried about burning through my firebombs. This is one of the better places to use them. Seems like the phalangeals might take a little more damage when they're attached to the boss. I do not know if that's the case, but it seems to be happening. Whoops. Re-equip your firebombs on. Do it properly. Okay. Phalanx is getting a little low on friends. We are out of firebombs, but we got something else good. You can see, fire damage against these guys does not full damage, but it does decent chip damage if you attack through their shield. Still very suboptimal, though. Little finishing blows like that worked out fairly well. Ow. I was hitting that one from the side, but my rapier was rebounding off the one behind it. As you've probably gathered, this boss is not a huge deal, but the sheer number of phalangeals can give you trouble from time to time. Especially when they very stubbornly stick to the boss like this and don't give me a chance to do anything about them. Alright, let's try the soul arrow for a while. Oh, locking on is good. Now this does quite well head on. Shield doesn't help a hell of a lot with magic damage, I see. Now, that is by far the biggest danger of dealing with Phalanx. Just getting overwhelmed by spear pokes from multiple directions. Aim on aim. There's a very loose one over here. If I can get the lock on to go to him, damn it. Game, work with me here. And if there was any doubt in your mind, these are not respawning. He has a finite number of them. Once they are all off his body, your troubles are over. Lock-on has not been perfect in any Souls game by any stretch of the imagination. However, it is a little extra fiddly into this, the first of their number. Keep forgetting to aim, but I managed to salvage it that time. Not a ton of MP left, though. Ooh, a drop. These guys can actually have rather good drops. Okay, he's getting real low on friends at this point. My MP is also quite low. My MP is out, in fact. But I bet we can manage the stragglers. Take some cover and use some of my lesser grasses. Actually, one should do it. make them mop up a little easier with some fire. Quit turning so fast. As you can see, fire damage is quite effective on the phalanx itself. Just a few more. Fuck your shield. Ah, Splinter of Heartstone. Excellent. That is an upgrade material, the equivalent of a Shard of Titanite. 2 of them. Wonderful. And, just as I foretold, Phalanx is now a completely helpless blob of goo that can do nothing but try and run away from me. My non-turpentine rapier does a lot less to it, but we have all the time in the world. With the way I'm playing today, I might still manage to get killed by the damn thing. Strong attacks don't really do much more. Done and dusted. The demon was destroyed. You shall obtain the demon soul and the power that is beyond human imagination. There's our first boss trophy. Now we could advance on to the next section right now, but I think I'm going to pass on that. And we'll go ahead and use our first in-level Archstone. First thing we get from that is the Lead Demon Soul, or possibly Lead Demon Soul. The first of our boss souls. The Soul of the Demon Phalanx. You feel a strong power. Upon use, the user can obtain a large number of souls, and in addition, it may sometimes change them into magic, miracles, or weapons. We have plenty of NPCs that can deal with boss souls in the future, so we will have some choices of what we want to do with them. But the Lead Demon Soul actually only has one use, and it's a pretty minor one. It would not be an unreasonable thing to actually just use it for the soul value, but I'll get the item later that I can, just for semi-completionist's sake. And now we can use the Archstone to return to the Nexus.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Alright, we've got our next story goal, that being making our way to the monumental and learning a little more about how this whole business actually works. And we can also do a few more things right here in the ground level of the Nexus. The Maiden in Black is now hanging around. And we've got a new arrival here. And another new arrival. Actually, two new arrivals, I believe, on this side. There's also a bit more we can do with Stockpile Thomas now, so we'll have plenty of things to experiment with when we begin our next episode. For now, however, I think I'm going to quit while I'm sort of ahead, because wow, yeah, this has not been going well. Just gonna hope it's a brief slump, and that I will be a little less of a disaster next episode. For now, though, we'll call it here. Thank you very much for watching and enduring my ineptitude. And I hope I will still see you next episode, when we do a little more exploration of the Nexus and its amenities. Until then, take care everybody. This is signing off. Today's train wreck right out of the station has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Patrick Bellinger, Jerogue, Martin Schoenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Arglemock, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, Electric Keat, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Alex Beyer, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, McCaffrey Crandall, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Meiyan Ling, Renaman, and other far more capable patrons. I am truly fortunate to have such faithful and generous supporters, and you better believe I know it. And we can't overlook all you subscribers, watchers, and commenters out there, now can we? Thank you all, may your weekend be bright, and I'll see you soon.